Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota. Hi, I'm Rachel Johnson, and thanks for joining us on Common Ground. We uncover the extraordinary art, culture, and history that enrich the communities throughout our diverse region. In this week's episode, Roger Kast of Nevis demonstrates the challenge and triumph of painting in the moment. Walker residents raise a glass for a cause at the Stem and Stein Rotary event. Plus, Bemidji father and son woodcarvers Rob and Ben Cummings showcase their unique handcrafted items.
Hello, I'm Rob Cummings. This is my son.
I'm Ben Cummings.
And we're along the riverside here where we like to do a lot of our smaller carvings, and then a lot of times it's mainly for the wood chips to keep the fire going, but and if the carving don't turn out, it makes a good campfire. But
Exactly.
the river is big in our family, and
In fact, I actually named my boy River, come to think of it. We got married on the river, and yeah, big part of our lives anyways. A lot of carving, hanging out, camping, that kind of thing.
yeah, Ben, he likes to do the more detail carving, would you say? And I like to, I don't know, I cheat a little bit. Sometimes I use the chainsaw, but it is pretty effective. I really like getting back to the basics of life. I think that's where it's really important. Although I do like the modern lifestyle. You know, I mean, as far as the conveniences, I should say.
Nice laid back.
But you know, I think all of us should go back and take a weekend at least, you know, of your life, and go back to the basics of living. It's best things are free, you know. It's true. So, well, actually, I'm a lover of all arts, all different things. I'd like to. We could be here all day, but I just want to. Right now, I think we're just gonna do on the wood carving. We do a little bit of the wood carving today, and show you a few tips from there.
Yeah. Well, as far as going back to the natural and stuff, I like to go out canoeing mainly when I'm looking for my wood pieces, and like driftwood and stuff like that is kind of usually what I like to get into. It's nice and soft and kind of easier, and it's got the natural shapes to it and stuff. Kind of like this piece here. It was just a piece that I just kind of found laying, a little small piece. The natural knot actually in here I use as an eye for this tortoise here. Other kind of natural pieces like this was sitting in a garden for quite some time with the whole lichens and the kind of like the whole green man look. I don't know, this one I stained. I don't stain a lot of the stuff I do, but this is one of the bigger pieces I do. I do kind of smaller ones and stuff as well, but I use a variety of different woods. Like black walnut is one of them. I like the really tight grains in the black walnut, and a
little harder carving.
It's a harder carving, but as far as the bigger carvings, I leave that to my pops until I can master some of the smaller stuff before I cut my arm off or something. So.
And I'll just shape this one up just a little bit here. I guess a lot of the finishing on here, I like running the roughness of the chainsaw cut look to give the deep three-dimensional hair, but yet I leave that fairly rough. As we do a little more, as the face and the head and the feet, we try to do a little more detail, especially on the face is where your center of attention goes. It's hard to see from this angle, but we'll have lightings that will go toward the faces to set in center of attention. And as Ben chisels a little bit there, maybe I'll do a little jump and do a little carving with him. And if a guy gets a little smaller saw like that, you can actually do a lot of detail work with it. You actually can do, you know, the full carving if you're, you know, depends on what effect you're looking for, but it's also a lot easier on the arms. Well, like through here, you know, it's you're really limited to space where you can and can't carve. So you got a small bar chainsaw, and then cut out what you can, and then the rest you have to do by hand with a chisel. And then I always like the rough divot look when you're done. It gives a nice texture to it. I like to stagger them. You know, the lines come different directions, and then like around here, probably have a little more chisel comes to smoother to a different texture. So I have a variety of textures going to it. Yeah, this is probably the first one I did 22 years ago. It's probably about 11 foot tall. They actually have a real bear that's about 12 foot tall that's in Alaska. I have hollowed behind the head for the lighting of the eyes. The main attraction is his face, so I have hinting of the colors. I have lighting on the inside, and probably about three three-way switches that you can control from different parts of the room to turn it on. And there's a bear trap that my father had gave me, an original bear trap that I just put it on there lately. It sort of shows the cruelty of the humans that were back then, you know, on some of the animals, and I'm glad they don't have them today because I wouldn't want to step in one.
This is our third generation carver. His name is Roger Cummings, and hopefully we can teach him the trade when he gets a little older, maybe soon enough. But yeah, we just thank you for coming out and giving us your time, and Lord bless.
Good. That's good. Cheers. I can always come back. Absolutely. Good. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Char Moore, and I'm the president of the Walker Rotary Club. And tonight we have our Stem and Stein event, one of our big fundraisers. We have this every year. Tonight we have many restaurants which are very generous, and we donate back to our community, to different organizations. It unites the Walker community and unites our Rotary Club. We have a strong committee this year with lots of new Rotary members that step to the plate, which makes it easier to put on an event like this. We have several meetings throughout the year to make this event happen, and they're a lot of fun.
Good, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Oh, same here.
The Walker Rotary Stem and Stein really does help us interact face-to-face with our day-to-day customers. Sometimes they have questions like, you know, I'm allergic to this, what can I do for that? What is this? You know, something different on the menu. What new ideas do you have for the summer? So for us at Village Square, it's a nice way to thank our customers and to really get face-to-face with them.
I'm Maxwell Morass, the executive chef at the 502 restaurant at Chase on the Lake. We're here at the Rotary Extravaganza, and we're focusing on a couple of dishes that we're debuting. Our bruschetta and our crab maison, a classic New Orleans dish. We're really trying to focus on the summer, really get into the summer kind of flair. So far it's been fantastic. Everyone's loving the new menu items, and we're all very excited at the Chase to get started with it and for everyone else to try it. My favorite part of creating such an artful dish would be to see the presentation to the customer and see how the customer reacts when you present something so beautiful to the customer.
For Green Scene, since we're new, it's a good opportunity to meet new customers and let them learn about what we do at Green Scene.
It's a very important event and a very important cause for our community.
For me personally, it's all about community. I grew up in a small town, and I know the meaning of having a tight community and working with each other instead of working against each other. And so this is a big part of everyone coming together, tasting each other's food, and seeing what everyone else is doing. So it's very special for us.
Hi, I'm Roger Kast. I've been a painter for 40 years. I want to show you an example of how I get started on a painting. I have no clue where I'm going to do it. I have the way I work, I let the painting tell me what to do. Okay? So I have no preconceived notions. And what's most difficult in this process, which is called non-objective, is getting in the present. So it may take me a week of work before I can get into the present. You just got to do it. I do my best work, the full moon and a new moon. It took me maybe 20 years to figure that out. Most of these paintings that you see around are interpretations of Lake Superior sunrises and moonrises. Since I moved over here from Duluth, a lot of the work is involving trees. And on the black and white drawings in the other shop, I'm influenced by all the trees around here. I had a studio overlooking the lake for 20 years. That lake's a very powerful source of inspiration. You gotta loosen up. It's hard to do, so I just go for it. I've taught painting, drawing, printmaking, three-dimensional design at the college level. But painting was my major, but I do three-dimensional work too. What people ask you, why do you paint? And then I, of course, ask you, why do you breathe? To live. What happens in a painting is usually it has a one predominant color, okay? If you look around at these paintings here, this is a blue painting, that's a red painting, there's a real dark moonrise painting, but it's usually very few colors when it gets finalized. Like this painting here is an oil painting and it's painted on wood. I used hollow core doors for a surface, and this is kind of a landscape horizon line idea, and then there's some figurative forms in addition, so it's a landscape with figure. But I may have 200 layers of paint on a painting before I'm done. And I may take up to 2 years to get one done. The only problem with when you paint on wood, you can't roll up the canvas. So that's why it's sitting here on the wall. And it's essentially a red painting. But again, that was an interpretation of Lake Superior, which is a strong influence. A lot of these things do a lot of tricky things once you get into it. You open your eyes. The artist sees a lot of things that other people don't see because of the trained eye thing. It's actually sometimes too much information. Over here, this is the last large painting I did. And you may see some figurative forms like a leg. And these shapes are coming in. It's not simply the horizon line idea, like this is maybe the horizon line, but it's all changing. I find this a very exciting painting. And it's on wood, and it's 4 panels hooked together. See the line here and here? 4 pieces. Oh yeah. See now these lines I had there? A lot of those are gone now. So now I gotta put something back in. I had a really good job in Duluth. I taught art in a federal prison camp. And some of the brightest people in the country are in that camp. We had doctors, lawyers, a lot of Chicago politicians, judges, and the mafia. The mafia does run the prisons, by the way. I did that for 3 years, and the stories were unbelievable. Well, they all had a preconceived notion of what art was, you know, and they wanted to work off photographs. And I discouraged that. That's a bad thing to start out with. We went to school, we worked from life. So I know how to draw, but see, I'm trying not to get images in here. And it's very difficult, actually. Very easy to come up with an image. I don't want to do things, I don't think that way. This is called Nonobjective. First non-objective painter was a guy named Kandinsky. That was about 1913. Before that, it was more of the Impressionists. Well, when I was 16, I took an art course in high school, and the art teacher says, "Oh, we got plenty of oil paint. Why don't you come back with a masonite board or a piece of plywood or something and try doing a painting?" And I did, and it was very successful. And the next one I did won first place in the St. Paul Art Center all high school exhibit or whatever it's called. So I knew from that point on what I was going to do, which was a real relief because I grew up in a rough part of St. Paul and was pretty much a juvenile delinquent until I found this art thing. You could say it saved my life. Most every kid I grew up with was either in prison or dead. Nobody around anymore. So this saved me. And I've been fortunate to be able to paint full-time since 1985, I think. Yeah, that's working out good there. And my wife, we met at art school, Minneapolis College of Art and Design. And she was engaged at the time that we went out. And a month later, we were married. Gotta listen to your intuition, your heart. It's not too rational what goes on a lot of times. And that's 47 years ago. So, well, starting to happen. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little rusty. It's very difficult to be in the present. Most people don't know they're not, you know. They're in the past, or they're thinking about tomorrow. But to get in the present is what you have to do this kind of work. But you might be in the present 20 minutes and get the whole thing done, you know. You see how fast I work. Yeah, all of a sudden it comes together and you're kind of one being or something. I get totally immersed if I'm really into it, you know. I don't know what else is going on around me. Yeah, I like this. See, like in some of these paintings, you know, that blue wouldn't be painted on after the red. Okay, the red was put over the blue. And sometimes I'll save the blue, sometimes I'll paint over it. But you can see the many different levels and colorations that have occurred along in the process of doing this painting. This is an oil painting. What we're painting with today is acrylic, which is water-based. These paintings are prepared in such a way that they'll last for at least 500 years. And a lot of these large ones are more for collectors, you know, collections like 3M or some collections I'm in. They're banks. Wells Fargo's like these big ones. Pentar Company bought a couple of those moonrises. The common consumer doesn't have much of an interest or the space to put these up even. But working big is easier than working small. Small is much more difficult. I like to exhibit the work. The last exhibit I had was at St. John's University, and that was really fun. It kind of gets you organized, gets you to finish a few things. And I had a show in Bemidji at the Art Center when I first came back here. That was fun because I got some of the work done that I was just kind of frustrated about. But when you have a deadline, that always helps. See, I have no deadline now. I'm totally free. Might want to get a shot of this. It's like you're crazy doing this stuff. But it's very difficult. People say, well, a kid could do this. I don't think so. Well, I'm probably done with this for now. Okay? You got enough, didn't you? Why is art important? Well, I don't know why. I don't know that it is. There's a lot of people doing it. See, I don't think of myself as an artist. That's why I'm a painter. I'm still working on it. I don't even know what art is. You? I haven't figured that out yet. Somebody else might call me an artist, but I don't. And there's all kinds of people around here now. They retire and they decide to be an artist. Well, that's not what happens. Most people pick art because it looks easy. It's probably the hardest thing you could do. Okay? Well, I'm starting to feel pretty content. I'm 69. I pretty much probably have done what I'm going to do. You know, I don't have that strong drive anymore. But I like what I was doing there today. I felt kind of good. It's learning the problem-solving process is what this is about. And then how to be creative, how to use parts of your brain that you kind of turn off about 7th grade. Me and my wife majored in art, and people always say you can't make a living. It's not true at all. We made a very good living.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week on Common Ground. If you have a segment idea for Common Ground pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org or call us at 218-333-3022. To view this episode or any Common Ground segment, visit us at lptv.org. Individual segments or entire episodes of Common Ground, please call 218-333-3020. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money from the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.